Greetings, class. My name is Sterling Bond, and I'm here today to talk to you about TOMS shoes and what I call conscious capitalism through profitable philanthropy. This is Blake Mykoski. Blake envisioned a business that could be both charitable and profitable, inspired by a visit to Argentina where he realized when consumers buy something, they can also be giving. What TOMS offers is a high-quality, consciously made, stylish footwear. They do this with a buy one, give one model. This means that with every pair of shoes someone buys, the company donates a pair for a pair, to a child or a person in need somewhere in a third world country. They have a vast philanthropic outreach. This whole company was inspired when Blake, an already fairly successful entrepreneur, went on this trip in Argentina out into the community with a woman who was giving shoes to children that did not have shoes. They couldn't go to school without shoes. The disadvantages to not having shoes, let alone a place to live, are crippling. And so he wanted to start this company with the idea, under the premise that he could make plenty of money while doing lots of good in the world. They're coming out with new products constantly. We'll talk about more of those later. It's so important to hit home just how charitable this company is, because they're not a nonprofit. TOMS became so popular through word of mouth, which is amazingly impressive because they're a huge company at this point. What happened was when Blake was in Argentina and he had this idea, he decided to go ahead and locally source about 200 shoes. And so he brought these shoes back to the States and started showing them to people at dinner, showing them to friends, taking them out. And pretty quickly, a woman helped him get his shoes into a boutique store that she loved. And he was written up in a newspaper article. And the next thing he knew, he had celebrity endorsements, people requesting to buy these shoes online. He had sold 1,000 or more pair before he even got to do his first really, truly large production run. This then showed the growth continued, and within about 6 months, TOMS had sold over 10,000 pairs of shoes, and for the next 5 years, they would annually receive or measure a 300% growth rate. It's incredible. Now they're in a position where they're constantly opening new fair trade facilities around the world, giving jobs to people that are in need, and then providing a quality product back home that allows the consumers to give to those in need. This chart shows their revenue from 2008 to 2011, and you can see clearly this is an ideal scenario for any company, charitable or otherwise. Numbers don't lie. So within the buy one, give one model, it all started with shoes for shoes. They've now expanded to offer eyeglasses for eyeglasses. So I can buy a pair of TOMS eyeglasses knowing that I'll be giving a pair of eyeglasses as well as an eye exam and an adequate prescription to a child in need somewhere. They've started selling coffee, and through this outreach, they are donating water to third world countries with all the coffee that they sell. And they're selling bags that are allowing them to help the birthing process in third world countries. Help get people into clean facilities where they'll have adequate care to have healthy, safe babies. So TOMS really does a good job of holding down a great influence for companies in the world. You may be wondering why they're called TOMS when the guy who started it is named Blake. Well, he initially wanted to call it Tomorrow shoes. When he realized that this couldn't fit on a shoe tongue label, he condensed it to TOMS. But not only are these shoes potentially representing the styles of tomorrow, which any shoe company should aspire to, TOMS represents the business values and ethics of tomorrow. I said it before, but I can't reiterate enough that they are truly holding an excellent example, an excellent influence for the rest of American business. And I really hope to see more companies in the future getting onto this model, because it's obvious now. It's obvious that sharing and charity can be quite lucrative, can be quite profitable if you set it up right and you have the right intentions. The simple notion of committing to sincerely giving to the needy can be as good advertising as it is a good feeling. I'd just like to leave that thought in any young or starting entrepreneur's mind, because business is glamorous, and the allure of making money can be overwhelming, and not to discount that of course is the goal. Of course the goal is to make money in business, but there are ways to go about it that can actually work out even better when you're thinking about others and having good intentions. And so I hope to talk with you guys more in the future about integral business values, more about our ideas, and see where everybody is. And I hope to see some other presentations on these businesses we were assigned this week. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great weekend.